Sky Squad, we are back in the building and the backlash is real. Yes. Oh, yes. A moment from Basketball Wives that I did not get a chance to talk about is now going viral. Okay. And this was one of those moments where it happened relatively quickly, but Eagle Eyed fans and our good friends over at the Neighborhood Talk, they caught it. Okay. They caught it. And it is right disturbing. So let's get into the biz not but before we do that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and hit that like button, maybe if you like reality TV related news. Also, quick update: we still have spaces open for our Thailand takeover March 1st to the 7th, 2025. Go on ahead and click the link in the description of this video and tap on in. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so Jennifer, oh gosh, Jennifer, you in this relationship, man, it just continues to snowball, spiral. I mean, I don't know, get slippery and sliding down. I just don't. This is turning into a deep, dark pit, and I just feel like Jennifer keeps walking down the steps. She taking the escalator down. So in this week's episode, we were treated to quite a number of interesting moments, right? But one of these that kind of was like, almost if you turned your head, you missed this moment. But Brandy caught it. And Brandy, and I think I said this in my recap, is Brandy is probably one of my favorites this season. I mean, Evelyn is shaking the table, and Jackie is Jackie, but Brandy is, I feel like, coming to the table the most authentic to me, right? In terms of her reactions. Her and Jacille. Actually, this is a good season overall. But Brandy, let me tell you something. So Jennifer is asked about her fiance having to pay his $250,000 restitution over false imprisonment of his ex. Now, when asked, she basically goes into, Jacille is like, how does a judge just arbitrarily come up with and say that you owe this amount of money? And Jennifer explains that it was over false imprisonment claims. Basically, from what we gathered during the Carlos King interview, he claimed that he kept her in the room to try to have a conversation as they were, I guess, in a heated exchange. So don't do that, okay? So Jennifer then says he would have been better off letting her go get in a car crash. Now, for those of you guys who may be unfamiliar with the circumstances, and I can't say that I know all that much about it, but what I can say is what Christian told us in the Carlos King interview. Now, Christian told us basically that after he left, okay, after he left is when she, the girl that he was in a relationship with, allegedly jumped out the window after their argumentation. Okay? That's the story from the way I gathered it. So, people were in the comments kind of like, oh, Jen, girl. And even Brandy on the episode was like, girl, shut up. You are right here first talking about DV in front of Evelyn, who has gone through her own DV situation. She says, then you're talking about a car crash and you have Brooke sitting right here. Because for those of you guys who are unfamiliar, that is the same circumstance for which Brooke has suffered an unimaginable loss in losing her daughter, Kayla, who we have heard about on the show, right? So people were in the comments like, Why was Brooke so up in arms about Jackie but not Jennifer? So I happened to catch these comments, baby. It goes down in the comment section. Okay, shout out to the neighborhood talk in the comment section. Brooke says, I actually addressed it privately and on the show. It was very inappropriate and very triggering. Stop speaking for people or assuming. And then she says, and I was very much caught off guard in that moment. So the camera did pan to Brooke's face. You could see it in the episode. Go back and rewatch it. You can see it in the episode. The camera pans to Brooke's face, and then it pans to Evelyn. If you watch the scene, you can watch it play out right here. I'm gonna leave the link in the description so you guys can watch it if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to the podcast. So you can see that there's not much of a reaction. And again, like I said, it was so blink and you miss it because nothing really was made out of it. But the people then caught it, okay? And it's one of those things that's going viral at the moment. Not to mention just the level of insensitivity to what actually happened. Because if you look at this post right here from our boy Make It Make Sense, says actually the young woman Jen was talking about was experiencing DV at the hands of Christian. This is all included in the court documents. He allegedly would harm her and drag her back into the house. It's disgusting that Jennifer keeps minimizing what that woman went through. Nobody just jumps out of a 4-story window if they feel safe in their own home. Because the question for me as I was watching the Carlos King interview is, what would make her then just run and jump out of the building if he had already left? I just didn't understand it. And maybe I got it mixed up, but y'all let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know. Like I said, the slope keeps getting slipperier, and Jen should probably just not speak on it. Because to say that about her is crass. And I just don't think you should, minimize somebody's life experience like that, specifically when you also got people who have gone through situations that are closely, like very, very eerily close to what you just said. Okay? Now, let's talk about another situation that is apparently getting the backlash on social media. And that is Evelyn Lozada. Oh, my goodness. For the most part, I have tried to avoid this conversation, mostly because I kind of feel like I don't really know what's going on. Like, she really doesn't get into her daughter being like expecting and who the baby daddy is. Which is why you see it says who is allegedly expecting by the game. So Evelyn seemingly responds to fans that have called her out and called out her and her daughter Shanice, who is allegedly pregnant by the game, for snaking the game's ex Tiffany due to their previous friendship. Okay, so what is basically happening right now, for those of you guys who are unawares, Evelyn's daughter is expecting. The word on the curb is that she is expecting by the game, with the game. So there is photo evidence of Evelyn hanging out with the game's ex, Tiffany. Now, the people are kind of looking like, wait, that's your homegirl right there. How is your daughter expecting by this was your ex's, who is your friend, your homegirl's ex? How does that work? I mean, how does it work? Okay. So this is what she had to say about it. And you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And again, we're talking about it because it's going viral.
So I'm literally sitting here cracking up and thinking to myself, first of all, my face is a little red because I was emotional about something good. But Anyway, so because I'm on the other side of it, right? And you guys follow like these celebrities and people, and I know that people talk about us because of the show, who would date, you know, whatever's happening in our lives. But it's always interesting for me, and I talked about this recently, for me to read the stuff about myself that are just false. Oh my God, this person was best friends with that person. How dare they? Guys, stop making this shit up. Okay. And it's everything that you read online, a lot of it is bullshit. I don't mind. Like, I live in my truth. I say what it is, but some of this stuff is crazy to read. So anyway, my message got cut off. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, take the stuff you read with a grain of salt, and really think about you as a person, right? When you read things and you're passionate about it, or you really believe it, and you're saying, oh, okay, let me go to that person's page to really tell them about themselves. But a lot of the stuff that you see is really bullshit. If I was in a photo with somebody 10, 15 years ago, whatever it is, it doesn't mean we were friends. It doesn't mean we were best friends. It doesn't mean that we dated. You could be in a photo with somebody, or you could share space with somebody and it not be what people make it out to be, and a lot of people believe this shit. So it's so interesting to me. Anyway, life is good. We're good. I'm happy. But yeah, just needed to share that because I'm always like, what the hell?
Okay, so she doesn't, at least in this clip, doesn't necessarily call out that situation explicitly, but the photo evidence shows a different picture. Like, I think it's one thing when you can tell like that somebody has just posed for a photo, like at an event or something like that. You may not know them all that well, but given that there are all of these like very intimate shots of Evelyn and Tiffany throughout the years, clearly at least in some way, shape, or form, experiencing some level of or proximity of closeness in intimate moments. And you guys know I don't even like to show kids on my channel, but just going back through the timeline basically kind of lets you know that there was at least some level of closeness there. Now, if I was Evelyn, I would have just sat back and said nothing. I mean, because at the end of the day, if you don't want to further the narrative, then don't talk about it. If you feel like something is not true, don't chase a lie. But because you're chasing it, it looks funny it looks like you got something that you want to hide, right? So our good girlfriend Erica De Niro says it's actually true. A crew of pick-me women will go out together and have brunch together, take trips together, smile in the pictures with each other. But if there is a man in proximity, none of those friendships will remain solid. So, what's fascinating to me right now is that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who is a friend to the show on Basketball Wives, who probably should have been added as a main cast member, is actually getting a lot of traction right now for her interviews and her commentary that she's done with both Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. I think it was Nick Cannon that I saw on her page. And she talks about her backstory with why she has not been, why she's not married, why she is, she really breaks down some of the nuances of relationships with regards to like Cam Newton. And just so as I look at these stories with Evelyn and Jennifer, I can't help but wonder, what is Dr. Cheyenne saying about these things? Or does she have opinions? Because she's now she's a doctor, but she also is a life coach, or she has her own life coaching certification program, actually, to be, I mean, actually, you can go on her Instagram and you can actually see that she has a whole institute. So I would just be curious to see what she would have to say about these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Not that they're any of our business, but because Evelyn spoke about it, it's like, okay, now let's talk about it, right? Because Jennifer keeps, digging that shovel. Let us talk about it, right? And y'all, listen. Let me say this: when you decide that you want to comment on a story or something like that, yes, I think it's fine to comment here, comment on the Neighborhood Talk, the Jasmine brand, where we're gonna go for our next story. But don't go to the person's page and comment and like tell them off and tell them what you think about them. Like, don't do that. Like, I just kind of feel like, we would be able to exist and enjoy the nuances of reality TV that much better if people didn't feel the need to go that far. You know what I'm saying? Comment on the page and the post and then keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? That just hit me just now. It's something that she said. So let's get into this last story, and it's one that I definitely agree with. Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia's got a man at home. Actually, he ain't at home, okay? He is over into the Amsterdam, all right? Overseas, baby. And I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that sometimes you might have to go over the seas. You know what I'm saying? A lot, because they be talking the way they be talking about the African men. You might need to go to Africa. You might need to go to Europe to find you a man or a woman. I don't know, but I'm just letting you know to expand your horizons and travel with the people. So anyway, you just might meet the love of your life. So Cynthia has got a new man, and she is there. He's from Amsterdam, and she is vowing to keep their relationship private. In an interview with oh my God, what's that man's name from Flipping Out? I cannot remember his name with the lips. Anyway, Jeff Lewis, is that his name? I think his name is Jeff Lewis. So anyway, Cynthia has currently finished, well, not currently finished, but is finished filming the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so, as a friend of the show, she's not necessarily really going to be required to show that much of her love life. It's questionable how much of quite a few love lives we'll actually see. Okay? Questionable how many of those love lives we'll actually see on the show. But having said that, I do think that this is the best for Cynthia. She's not a full-time cast member. We know that her previous relationships did not necessarily work out. And that as people in life, we go through things, we go through relationships, and we learn and we grow. And I think that Cynthia is at a space where she's learning and growing about, being in the spotlight for this long and then keeping some things to and for herself. I actually love this for her because I think that you do have to have something for yourself. You do have to have something that's just easy for you, and it doesn't have to be broadcast all over social media for everyone to consume like I'm consuming this dirt water. So, for me, I just kind of feel like, yes, Cynthia, this is the smart play for you. You know what I'm saying? Get your check from Real Housewives of Atlanta, go do a whole bunch of movies throughout the year, date your man from Amsterdam, and keep it pushing. That's the life right there. You ain't really got. You show up to film, look good. They're probably gonna give us some confessionals because it's Cynthia Bailey and she serve a look in them confessionals. So go on ahead. Ain't nobody got to be too deep into your business or nothing like that. And then you can still go and film a holiday movie and a Lifetime movie of the week and a Hallmark movie and a BET Plus film and a Hulu special and appear on Ultimate Girls Trip, a dating game, not a dating game show. Lord have mercy, no. Do all the things Celebrity Squares, or go back and get your education on College Hill for the next season. What y'all think they're gonna do the next season of College Hill at? My vote is Howard University. Okay, right here in DC, so I can find out who up on that show. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Congratulations to you, Cynthia. Keep your relationship to yourself. I don't mean that you gotta hide it or nothing like that, but I just say that don't make that the focus. And I feel like if you don't make that the focus, then you will probably do much better just in the long term. So let me know what y'all think about these stories. Interesting stories for today. I keep feeling like today is Friday. I guess it technically is for me to a certain degree because I will not be available for filming. Actually, I will be filming. I'll just be out of the country for the next week. So make sure you guys keep it locked onto the channel. I'm still trying to get a couple of recaps done today if I can for next week, so that you guys, will still have, a little something from me in terms of doing my due diligence, doing my work, all right, before I leave the office. But anyway, that's the tea for right now. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button. Be sure to check down in the links down below. We have the ebook and the day course. It is still on the sale, okay? We walk you through the process of creating your first ebook. It will take you literally less than 3 hours, a couple of hours 2 hours at the least, I would say, to go ahead and get that done and up and ready to sell. You have been stuck trying to write your ebook. If you have been procrastinating, we do not let you procrastinate in this course. It moves very, very fast. We have done for you templates, okay, so you can just get it all done with ease and get to sell it ASAP, okay? That's the purpose of the course. Hope you guys make some money, okay? Now, with that being said, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and I will catch you guys in the next video.